The first step to starting our Amazon FBA business was spending $40 on Helium-10 to research our product. After that, we spent another $40 on Canva to design our product. The next step was to spend $60 to register our business and over $1,000 on trademarks in the US and Canada. The next step to selling on Amazon is getting barcodes, which we spent $30 on. And after that was $39.99 for the Amazon seller account fee. We then found a manufacturer on Alibaba and spent $350 to get samples. Once we received and approved the samples, we spent another $918 to manufacture the product and another $1,713 on shipping. Plus there were a few other fees, and in total we spent over $5,800 to start our Amazon FBA business. And in just 6 months, we made over $16,500 selling on Amazon.
And in this video, we're going to share with you step by step how we started our Amazon FBA business and what exactly our product is. And at the end of the video, we're going to share with you our top 3 mistakes, including one mistake that cost us over $50,000. So pay attention, as you don't want to make the same mistakes.
My name is Daryl. I work full-time. I'm a father of 2, and we wanted to build a passive income to be able to take the kids on more vacations and experience the world and travel as a family.
And my name is Amanda. I'm a special education teacher in Canada, and I have spent many years teaching the power of affirmations and positive thinking to my students.
The brand we created is called BrightSpark, and the first product that we launched were affirmation mirror and window clings for kids. They can say their affirmations daily to improve their self-esteem and self-confidence. It was Amanda that took the front seat, my wife, in terms of the design and the creative side. But now we're going to share with you step by step how we started our business. And the first step that we wanted to do was to join an FBA program, but to also ensure that we learn from somebody who's already done it. At first, we ended up joining an FBA program that ended up being terrible, and we didn't like it.
And as we struggled with them, we found a channel talking about Amazon by a guy named Travis. We ended up joining his program, and we highly recommend it. After we joined, he said the first thing he recommends for people who want to succeed on Amazon is to sign up for Helium-10.
Helium-10 helps you find products to sell on Amazon. The good thing about Helium-10 is that it also allows you to find out exactly what people are searching for. And ultimately, Amazon is one big search engine. And if you can find out what products people are searching for and what keywords they're using, then you can craft a product for them.
We saw 2,200 people a month were searching for affirmation stickers, and another 1,500 people were searching for affirmations, and 1,200 people were searching for motivational. There had to be something to it.
In terms of fees, we started out with a $40 subscription to Helium-10.
Next cost was design, packaging, and logo. We used Fiverr for our logo, which cost $95. BrightSpark was design heavy. It took about a month to design our packaging. The packaging I did myself using Canva, which cost $40 a month, which saved us money, but did take a while.
Our next cost was to register our business, and that was $45 for the Canadian business registration.
The next step was finding the right manufacturer for our product. You can go to Alibaba.com, type in the product you want to create, and find hundreds of manufacturers worldwide.
But if you're looking to find a manufacturer locally, you can always use thomasnet.com for US suppliers, or simply type in the product in Google and add the word manufacturer and you'll find the perfect partner. For BrightSpark, we ended up using Alibaba.com, and after an exhaustive search, we narrowed it down to about half a dozen different manufacturers. And after a couple different conversations back and forth, we narrowed it down to the one that we thought was going to be our perfect partner.
The samples were $360. We ended up ordering 1,000 units for our first production run, which was $918.
At this point, we were scared. We had already spent over $1,500 on our Amazon business, but we did learn that over 43% of Amazon sellers make over $100,000, so we decided to stick with it. But we did make one big mistake with our next expense, and that was shipping. We shipped by air, and it cost us $1,713. Additionally, there was also an inspection fee of $185. We found our inspector through a company called Tencent, and they happened to be the same partner we were using for our first shipment. The reason we went with an inspector for our first product and our first shipment was because it gave us peace of mind that because we were overseas, we had somebody looking at our product for us. And because we were sending directly to Amazon, it allowed us to ensure that when we were sending our customers the product, we didn't have any defect rates.
We used Canva for our initial product photos, which didn't cost us any additional money.
We also spent $30 on UPC codes with GS1.
The next thing was the Amazon account fee, which cost us $39.99.
From a trademark perspective, we spent $1,139 for trademarks in Canada and the US. While getting a trademark on Amazon isn't essential or required, it does allow you to unlock the A+ content. And the great thing about the A+ content is it can help add and drive additional sales. We ended up getting the trademark for BrightSpark through trademarkia.com.
We're ready to launch, and we're going to share how much we made in our first month in just a minute.
But so far, we've spent over $5,800 starting our business. And while some aspects of the business were more expensive, we certainly did learn a lot.
We took a leap of faith, and it was all worth it.
We launched in November of 2023, and in our first month, we made $108.65. We sold 16 units that month. Our product cost was $56.47. Our Amazon selling fees were $18.17. The Amazon FBA fees were $38.39. The monthly Amazon fee was $39.99. Finally, we had storage fees of $19.40 for our first month. In month one, we actually lost $61.75, but it wasn't a full month and we weren't very bothered by it. Mainly because we achieved our first sale and that feeling was great, and we knew that we had a product that people wanted, and so we knew the business would hopefully grow from there. In the beginning, the sales were light, but they did improve, and it certainly resonated with teachers and parents alike. We continued to do more research to improve the product for kids and for parents and teachers. As we began to receive more orders, that not only increased our confidence, but allowed us to continue to search for additional suppliers, which allowed us to purchase more and increase our margins. In month two, our revenue shot up to $2,624. We sold 197 units. Our product cost was $742. The Amazon selling fee was $559. Our Amazon FBA fee was $619. We still had the monthly Amazon selling fee at $39.99. This month, we did have a PPC cost, which was $305. We also had some storage fees at $25.42 that month. Overall, we profited $331 in month two. In month two, we started spending more on PPC, and because it had such a large impact on sales, we really wanted to dial in and fine-tune the keywords to make sure we weren't outspending our profits. PPC stands for pay per click and is the program in which you have to pay to be at the top of the search results, where every click costs you money. While our PPC investment certainly helped, and it did account for about 10% of our sales, luckily the remaining portion were organic sales. The biggest amount of help that we had from the PPC standpoint was in Travis's course. It certainly laid out all the details and allowed us to go forward and understand the concept behind PPC. In month two, right around Christmas, we marketed our product as a gift for the holidays for teachers and for parents, and we certainly saw a spike in sales, which was wonderful. In month three, our revenue grew again. This time we were able to bring in $3,818 in sales. We sold 276 units that month. Our product costs were $551. The Amazon selling fee was $488. Our Amazon FBA fee was $938. We still had the monthly Amazon selling fee at $39 per month. Our PPC costs came down a little bit at $281. We had very small storage costs of $5.46 that month. Overall, that resulted in $1,511 of profit in month three. Because we saw the increase in sales in month three, we really knew that we were on the right track. We knew that we had a product that people were interested in and that people wanted to purchase, and that gave us even more confidence to continue to refine the product, do more research, look at additional product lines, and expand the business. And because our sales were improving so quickly, we had to get more inventory. And while we ran the risk of running out of inventory, something that Travis talks about in his videos, running out of inventory is probably the number one thing you don't want to do. Not only can you lose sales, but you drop to the bottom of Amazon search results, and they can even blacklist you for not having enough inventory or running out of inventory. All this led us to call our manufacturer and put a rush on the next order. But along with that rush, we had to make sure that we had shipping to go along with it, because we needed to get that inventory into Amazon's warehouse ASAP. The only issue with all this new inventory was getting that into the Amazon warehouse. And because of their new fees, we couldn't send too much, but we didn't want to risk sending too little. The only thing that we knew for sure is that we simply couldn't run out of inventory, because that would undo all the work that we had put in. While we were getting additional inventory, we decided to create another variation. And what we ended up doing for our Canadian customers was create a French affirmation cling. And with all this new product coming in, we knew now was the time to make a change to how we shipped the product. We decided to change from air shipping to sea shipping. And although it increased the time that it took for us to actually receive the product, it ended up being about a third of the cost, which really helped with our margins. In months 4 and 5, business kept growing, and we had a combined revenue of $5,600 $650. We sold over 400 units. Our production cost was $690. Our Amazon selling fee was $590. Our Amazon FBA fee was $1,365. Our monthly Amazon selling fee was $79.98 for the 2 months. Our PPC costs was $510. We had a few storage fees at $16 for those 2 months, and the result was a profit of $2,610. It certainly was inspiring to see the consistency and the continued growth. We also experienced a spike in sales where one day we had a business customer purchase 90 units in one order. As always, we continue to listen to feedback and we continue to make small tweaks to the product to make sure that we can try and get that star rating as high as possible. In our 6th month, our biggest to date, we sold $4,365 worth of inventory. We were able to sell 275 units. Our production costs were $360. Our Amazon selling fee was $439. Our Amazon FBA fee was $858. We again had the $39 monthly Amazon selling fee. Our PPC costs actually went down a little bit at $214. We had a $35 fee for an inbound transportation cost, which was one of the new Amazon fees. Overall, we sold $4,365 worth of product and we profited $2,358. And it just meant that people were loving our product, which made us even more happy and confident to continue on. Further validation that customers loved our product was the fact that Amazon awarded us 2 different badges, the Amazon Overall Choice and the Amazon Choice badge. And that really helped drive organic sales. So overall, in our first 6 months in business, we made $16,560 in revenue, but revenue is not profit. After taking out all of our advertising, Amazon fees, and other expenses, we're left with $6,746 in profit. But overall, revenue aside and profit aside, the most important thing to us was to spread the message of positivity out into the world. But we could have earned so much more money and our business would have been so much further ahead if we had avoided these 3 mistakes. So pay attention. Our first mistake was shipping, and it was a big one, and it cost us $1,700. We contacted multiple shipping companies and we ultimately went with a freight forwarder. And while they did tick all the boxes, we didn't really have time to do a lot of research. So we ended up going with the one that felt the most comfortable to us and gave us the confidence, but was certainly the most expensive. And now, further down the road, months into building our business, we certainly know better. And we've made multiple partnerships with other companies and shipping costs have come down drastically. So it's certainly something to keep an eye on. Our second mistake was photos, and that cost us $5,000 in lost sales. In Travis's program, he talks a lot about paying for the right photos to make sure that your listing has that premium look and feel. And we didn't quite heed that message. So we ended up creating our own photos in Canva. And while they looked okay, they certainly weren't up to par in terms of, having that premium look and feel. And while it's tough to measure, we're certain that a lot of people would look at the listing and see that the photos weren't either authentic or genuine. And you could tell that they were manipulated online or through a program. And we figured that that probably lost us some sales. With so many competitors on Amazon, it's important to try and differentiate yourself any way you can. And having a premium set of photos will certainly help do that. And our third mistake, costing us at least $50,000, was simply not starting sooner. I sometimes think back and, I speak to Amanda about if we had started this business 2 or 3 years ago, where we would have been. Right? The number of products that we've already launched in our first year and the amount of revenue that we're doing, we certainly could have been much further ahead. But I'm glad that we did start and I'm glad we're here. But I can't stress enough, the sooner you can get started, the sooner you can take that leap of faith. It definitely was worth it for us and I'm sure it'll be worth it for you. We built our passive income business using Travis's Passion Product Formula course, and I highly recommend you do the same. It is certainly worth it. Taking that leap of faith, your life will change. There's a link in the description. But if you aren't ready for that, Travis has a completely free 8-hour Amazon FBA course that you can click right here to get started.